Welcome, I'm Dani. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite / the best unplaced performances for the preliminary swimsuit competition at Miss Universe 2021. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications so that you will know when new episodes just like this one come out every single week. And if you want to know another way to support the channel outside of sharing and giving it a thumbs up, then you can check out the merch store that's linked below. The Miss Universe competition has no shortage of qualified contestants that are beautiful, that have great stage performances, but there's only so many that can make that semifinal cut. So I like to do this episode to really showcase some other walks that stood out to me that maybe I didn't feature as much in my pre-preliminary picks or walks that didn't place at the finals. I'm going to share these ones in no particular order. Let me know in the comments below if I featured one of your unplaced favorites. Spain. I don't know what happened. I really thought that she was going to place in the semifinal. I can't even explain it. I think that her hair, her makeup, the walk, the facials, every single thing was there. Clearly something happened in interview, or maybe something was off in her brand, or maybe there was a different reason that Miss Universe didn't see her as a potential fit for the title. But whatever it is, we cannot ignore this type of performance. This is a performance to learn from. Comment fierce down below if you are loving this walk. Belgium's performance was semifinalist worthy. She was one of my favorites leading up to the preliminary competition. She remained a favorite of mine after the preliminary competition. And this type of performance just reminds me of how competitive Miss Universe is. It's so competitive that a performance like this, that was this great, did not make it into the semifinal competition. I will say she also looked beautiful for the interview competition. Granted, looking beautiful for interview doesn't equate to a great interview, that we know, but she looked great, and then also her official headshot, beautiful. So, someone please tell me what happened. Argentina was one of my personal favorites. I thought that she looked very old Hollywood, glam, and it worked for me. It's beautiful, but I didn't know how the judges would take it. I even made a comment about that. Her styling here doesn't necessarily scream Miss Universe. If anything, I would see this look more at Miss World or Miss International. But regardless of the styling of her, which I still think is beautiful, the performance is really what we need to draw attention to, because this walk, beautiful, beautiful, just all of it, loved it. Bolivia is somebody that I noticed prior to the preliminary competition. I loved her headshot, and I just wondered, okay, how is she going to translate on stage? And she looked just as beautiful as she does in images. I just love how pretty and fresh she was during the swimsuit competition, but her walk was fierce, but also effortless. Everything about this I loved. For me, potentially a great semifinalist. By the way, if there's something that I haven't covered on the channel yet that you really want to see, then comment that below. Let me know. I'm always paying attention, and a lot of these episodes come about based off of subscriber requests. So I kind of try to keep track of the ones that are most requested, and those are the ones that I feature on the channel. Nepal, those hips down the stairs. I always admire a queen who can walk downstairs without looking down, or who looks great doing it and not awkward. And there were a few contestants this year that their walk down those steps really impressed me. It's something I would aspire to. She looked great. This walk was really, really fun. I think that for Universe, it was borderline over the top. I think this walk really would have flown well at Miss Grand International, and nobody would have given it a second thought. But since it is Universe, sometimes they have to pull back and tone down a little bit. If you're a pageant contestant and you need some help for your next competition, don't forget to click the description below. There is information in there for my free pageant prep course, and this is going to give you an outline of how you should prioritize and prepare for your next competition. Brazil. I thought that this performance was great. There was this wonderful moment that I mentioned in another episode where her laugh, her smile, it looked really sincere and genuine. It looked like she was having fun, and I'm a really big fan of great walks, but also contestants that look present on stage, and for that reason, I feel like she nailed this. Cayman Islands was a great surprise for me. I didn't hear a lot of people talking about her after the preliminary competition, but if you watch this performance, it's a solid performance. This should have had a great score, but as we know, a lot of things happen in the interview competition. Mauritius in a one piece was giving me vintage Barbie vibes just because of her long legs and her figure, but this was a great walk. She was relaxed. To me, it wasn't overdone, and she looked like she was having fun, especially in the end when she smiles. I really liked this. Curaçao, beautiful, beautiful contestant. They've sent some really strong contestants over the past 5 years at least, and to me this was no different. I really liked her Catriona-esque spin turn at the beginning, but the walk was great, so I still felt this is a good performance, but Miss Universe is difficult. Namibia has been one of my personal favorites leading up to the competition. I think she is absolutely gorgeous. I think that she had this beautiful video package, a great headshot, lovely styling, and her walk is unique. It's much more like a model walk versus a pageant walk. I think it is one of the more relaxed ones, but regardless of that, I think that she still has a lot of stage presence, and they gave her a really beautiful close-up on stage. And I think that some contestants are just so beautiful, you can't help but be drawn to them, and she glows. She looks beautiful on stage. It was hard for me to narrow this down to a top 10, but there were a few others that I noticed I just want to give a quick mention to. Chile, Jamaica, Nigeria, Ghana, Greece, Laos, and Portugal. I thought that they had some fun performances as well. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Remember, if you love Miss Universe content, don't forget to subscribe, but if you want to see where all the Miss Universe videos are, take advantage of my playlists. I break those up for you, so if you're looking for a specific pageant system and that's what you're really interested in watching and learning about, then you can find that in my playlist, and I do have one specifically dedicated to pageant recaps if you want to see pageant recaps from all systems, or if you just want to focus on Miss Universe content. So be sure to check that out. Thanks for joining me for this episode. I hope you had fun, and I hope you'll come back for the next one.